Good morning, guys. So I'm back at it again with another video. This video was a special request actually from a subscriber. Her question was, what do American men specifically, like what do they like? You know, what are they interested in? What do they expect from a woman? That sort of thing. And yeah, so I guess just as an American man, I'll give my opinion on that. I will say though, first and foremost, sorry, not sorry, but little disclaimer. American men are not really supposed to expect anything, so we're expected to give. We'll go with the fantasy expectations, or what we would ideally like. So, because we're shunned if we expect anything. Just telling the truth. But before we get into the video, guys, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and it really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Please leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it. First and foremost, ladies, number one, really, I would say this one comes above all else, really. Everything else is like a close second, if you will, but this one definitely is number one, which is loyalty. And honestly, I think all men, literally all men, will agree with this. I don't know a single man who won't agree with this, to be quite honest with you. Men, if I'm wrong and you're watching this, please leave a comment below. Tell me if I'm wrong, okay? But I'm pretty sure you're all going to agree with this. So loyalty in terms of you're not thinking of anyone else, you're not going to quote unquote cheat in any way, shape, or form. And that doesn't mean just from a physical aspect, ladies. It doesn't mean just kissing or touching or hugging or, you know, physically meeting up with somebody. It goes way beyond that, which is like, you know, you really don't have eyes for anybody else. You're not thinking of anybody else. You're not keeping anybody else on the back burner. No one is even a kind of a thought in like the corner of your mind, which actually I looked up something recently. One thing, and I don't know if this is really new or not. I have a feeling it's probably not totally new. It's not a new phenomenon, but maybe it's just something that's new to me. I read this study actually recently. The majority of women, or I shouldn't say the majority actually, it's actually 50-50. So 50% of women do this and 50% don't. So they show though, they did a poll of 1,000 women, so that was the sample size. They showed that 50% of them, so 500 of them even, had another man or multiple men on the back burner just in case their current relationship did not work out. A lot of these men that they had on the back burner were either men that they would talk to a bit through social media, just here and there, kind of in secret without their partner really knowing. They also apparently would have guys or men that they worked with. So men that they worked with in the office were men that they kind of had in their minds, and they kind of thought to themselves, you know, I might potentially date this person down the road, especially if my current relationship does not work out. Another thing too is they showed that women, especially who go to the gym and are constantly working out all the time, usually have, you know, one, if not maybe a couple of guys there that they either kind of see off in the distance and they kind of think, you know, he definitely has next, or they actually actively talk to that guy and he's like her gym husband or something like that, and he is kind of kept on the back burner just in case her current relationship does not work out. So, I mean, first and foremost, ladies, and don't try to tell me that I'm wrong, okay? But that would never fly with any of you, okay? If you had a boyfriend or a husband who was keeping a bunch of women on the back burner and you knew about it, or even if you didn't know about it, that scenario, that whatever, would not be acceptable to you, okay? So it's definitely not acceptable to men either, all right? And the very fact that this study was done and there appears to be 50% of all women do that it's pretty bad, honestly. That's kind of astonishing, you know what I mean? Not that I can say that I'm totally surprised. I have seen a lot of women, you know, I mean, I don't have any evidence to support that they were talking to somebody else the whole time, but you can kind of suppose, or you could surmise that they were, because as soon as they got out of their relationship, literally within like a week, sometimes a couple of days, at the most maybe a month, they were suddenly in a new relationship with somebody else. And I'm not going to put that on all of you, okay? Because obviously they, based on the study, 50% of you don't do that. So if you don't do that, great, good for you. But for the 50% of you that do, that's something I think you should probably clean up. Second, ladies. Now this one, honestly, this might be just totally proprietary to me, okay? I don't know how many men actually want this, but this is just for me personally, okay, the type of guy that I am. Intellect. I want a woman who is intellectual, okay? Or that is something I should say that's pretty high up on the list of things that I would look for in a woman, is how intellectual is she? So I want somebody who can match me intellectually and spiritually on that level. Number 3, ladies, compassionate. A woman who shows a great amount of compassion is very attractive. So there's the general definition of compassion, but just to give you a few examples. Somebody who sees somebody in need, somebody who is suffering, and they go out of their way just to do a small thing to help that person. Fourth one, ladies. This one is a big one here, which is nurturing. A woman, honestly, and I feel like women, you guys are it's natural to you. You're naturally very nurturing. You all eventually at some point down the road are your mothers, you have maternal instincts, you have to nurture and you have to raise children. And it just comes naturally to you. And when a woman is very just nurturing in that regard, it's very attractive. I can remember some of the girls I dated in the past, they weren't all that nurturing, honestly. But I can remember when I was kind of indisposed and, I had an issue or two, and it was just amazing how they dropped everything that they were doing and they ran over to me, and they were there. They wanted to take care of me. And, not that I totally I shouldn't say that I expected them to drop everything that they were doing and to come and help me with something. No, I'm just not that type of person. I'm not going to sit there and go, look at me, drop everything you're doing and come support me and help me. No, I don't know. That's just not the type of guy that I am. But I do remember a couple of those times when the girl that I was dating just came and almost took care of me. Almost as if I was a child, And number 5, ladies, I'm going to say ambition/passion. As a man, you want her to have goals as well. You want her to be working towards things that are bettering her, things that make her happy. Because if those things make her happy all on her own, then you really as a man are just a bonus, or you're an added supplement to that. Which I know you're all sitting there and you're all probably thinking to yourself, oh no, you're not supposed to be the bonus. You're not supposed to be the added supplement to it. No, honestly, you are. That's the best way. You don't want to be somebody's sole source of happiness. Why? Because when that happens, they become dependent on you. They become interdependent. So they're not really with you because of you really per se. You merely provide a source of happiness or a source of dopamine or whatever. You want somebody who doesn't need you, but somebody who wants you. Because somebody that needs you, yeah, they'll be with you for as long as they need you. But as soon as their needs change, man, you're out the door. So, and I've seen that happen a lot. I've seen people in relationships who had significant others that really needed their significant other. It was a relationship solely based on dependence and need. And as soon as their needs changed, or as soon as they didn't really need that person anymore, man, they were out the door and the relationship ended. But anyways, again, guys, please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, share it, turn on post notifications. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you guys next time.